In this week's Parsha, the famous story of the destruction of the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, and Abraham going and arguing with God on their behalf. Think about that for a second. Abraham could not be more divergently opposed to the attitudes and moral ethics that were expressed in those cities. Those cities were they behaved so abhorrently that God was going to destroy them for it. And Abraham was the beacon of light, morality, ethics, of the proper treatment of one another. And yet, Abraham went to bat on their behalf. He spoke up for them. He advocated in their best interests that if there's any way that God should be lenient, compassionate, and merciful with them and save them and not destroy them, please, he should do so. Think about that for a second. We're coming from an election season where our country is so clearly divided. At least half the country is voting not like you did. And can't we find it in our own hearts to be compassionate, to think well of people who we differ with maybe very strongly? But we have to be compassionate towards them. We still want the best for them. We're not going to dismiss them outright. If Abraham could find room in his heart for the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, certainly we can do the least to find people that we can find room in our hearts for people who are not at all as bad as that. They just think differently politically than we do. And there's at least 50% of the population that speaks of. May the lessons of clean speech and the role model of Abraham help us to make our world a more tolerant, respectful, pleasant place, even for people with whom we differ. Good Shabbos.